Meanwhile, big political news here. Senator Dianne Feinstein is back in Washington, D.C. tonight. It is the first time the 89-year-old has returned to the nation's capital since contracting the shingles in mid-February. Feinstein, who sits on the critical Senate Judiciary Committee, missed 91 floor votes during her absence. It meant that a lot of judges couldn't get confirmed, and it led to many within her own party calling on her to resign. With more, we are joined by the guy that probably knows this story better than anybody. Joe Garafoli is the senior political writer for the San Francisco Chronicle. He broke the story today and the previous story about her mental challenges that got a lot of attention as well. Joe, great to see you.
Good to see you, Alex. And I did that with my colleague Shira Stein, and the previous story with my former colleague Tal Copeland. So I got to give shout outs to my partners.
He's a generous colleague. All right, Joe. So what do we know? Because we don't know a lot of people who've actually talked to Senator Feinstein. What do we know about how she's actually doing medically and how she's doing mentally?
That's what we will see in the coming days. We do know that her plane landed tonight at about 4:30, and her office, I was just on the phone with them a few minutes ago, they expect her to return to work this week, and that could be possibly as soon as tomorrow. So we will be seeing this. We will be seeing how well she is doing very soon.
Well, her term lasts through 2024. Do we expect, I mean, given your answer now, obviously I don't think you're going to be able to answer this, but the big question is, will she last through her entire term? Well,
I think only the Lord knows that, but she is 89 years old. She is, usually when you suffer from the shingles, if you still have, you're still feeling pain after 3 months, that pain won't go away, typically. That's what doctors have told us. And so, you know, when you have an 89-year-old person with a constant pain, you know, who knows how long that, you know, what effect that could take. That said, I spoke to someone who's very close to the senator, and, you know, she said, this person said that Dianne Feinstein is one of the most stubborn people that this person knows, and so she's not going to just walk out. You know, it would have been very easy for her to resign here, but that's if you know her career over the last half century, that's not the type of person she is.
No, and I guess one of the questions is, like, how much work is she going to be able to do? Because you see somebody like the other senator from California, Alex Padilla. He goes up and down the state, does a bunch of media interviews, does a bunch of public appearances, does a bunch of town halls. He talks to folks like you, comes on shows like this. Senator Feinstein hasn't done any of that in years. She votes. She's part of committee hearings, but we don't see her doing the job that other senators do. What are we looking at in terms of her job performance in the next couple of years?
She's been, Alex, you're right. She's been virtually invisible this term, for much of this term. Basically, what Democrats want is her to come in and vote. That's it. And that's honestly, and sadly, I think that's the baseline for what the 39 million Californians should expect too. She will be a reliable Democratic vote. And that's what they need right now. As you said in the intro, they need her on the Judiciary Committee, because that's one of the only things that the Democrats can do right now. There's no work getting done in Washington, no major legislation getting passed. All the Democrats can do is try to reshape the judiciary, and they can't do that for the most part with some of the more progressive judges they're trying to get on without her vote in the Judiciary Committee. So they're going to get a vote, and I don't think we're going to get a whole hell of a lot else.
Well, there is a campaign to replace her once her term expires at the end of 2024. Of course, that's Katie Porter and Adam Schiff and Barbara Lee. This really takes, this latest development, you could say, takes the pressure off Governor Gavin Newsom having to name a caretaker or somebody else to take her spot if she were to step down. That doesn't look like that's going to be happening. So what is this development? Who does this development help the most?
Well, if it helps anyone, it would probably help Katie Porter. Newsom has promised to appoint a black woman should there be another vacancy in the Senate. And obviously, Congresswoman Lee is probably the most qualified and experienced black female legislator in California right now. We've asked a number of other folks who may fit that bill. if they want the job. And most people are like, no, I enjoy my day job right now, or I have no interest in doing this. So, and Porter and Lee are fighting for the same sort of progressive voters out there. If Lee were to have been appointed, she would have the title Senator Barbara Lee on the ballot when voters go to vote next year. And without that, you know, she's Congresswoman Barbara Lee, just like Congresswoman Katie Porter and Congressman Adam Schiff. So if you had to suss out a winner here, it would probably be Katie Porter.
And I would say Adam Schiff, too, because he doesn't want to run against Senator Barbara Lee, the only black woman in the Senate either. So it's good news for the status quo.
True this, Alex.
Joe, always great to hear from you. Thanks for your great reporting and your colleagues' great reporting as well.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you both.